Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and thanks for clicking on this tutorial. We are going to make here stylized parrot, as you can see on top the image. So we are going to put both side reference image and going to set up this image. We are trying to match both image. So it's helpful when we start modeling this parrot. I'm trying to set up this in middle and scaling both of these images. I have grouped this image so both are equally same when I trying to increase size. After that I put these images on layer, so when I am starting modeling by accidentally I don't want to click on these images, so I lock those images, so when I start modeling it's easier. Now we are going to set up the view, so front and right view. After setting view, I'm taking here plane and decreasing the height and width subdivided to those edges. After taking plane, I'm trying to adjusting both side. As you can see, both side. You have to check out which vertices you are clicking on. So I'm trying to matching. I have also extruded these edges. I have selected. Trying to insert edges, and I'm now going to tweeting with vertices, trying to set vertices and trying to match with reference. So you also have to check out on right side. Now I'm going to extrude these edges and dragging, trying to setting both side and again vertices, moving around them. Here I'm trying to match both side reference. I'm selecting this side edges and going to extrude. I'm going to set with images those vertices, so both sides they match with my reference. As you can see, we are both sides setting our vertices around the eye. You don't have to match perfectly in start. Now I'm selecting these bottom edges and with control unselect, and after those selected edges I have extruded here, and again moving around those vertices to matching with reference. You don't have to get scared. Sometimes it's not total perfectly match. And model like this, reference like this, mostly I use blend when I'm moving. Now I have unselected those edges, and after that extrude that edges we have selected. So you already know that with shift you can select edges and vertices, with control you can unselect those edges and vertices, and you have to save your project time to time. Don't forget to save your project. Again we have extrude that edges, and again selecting those vertices and matching with reference. So it's all in this video. Mostly process going to, we are going to select the edges and going to extrude them and trying to match with both side images and moving around our vertices. This thing going to repeat again and again during all video. So now I'm going to select these two, selecting this one edge here, and then extrude, and then trying to set my vertices. Again extruding and moving around those vertices around the reference image. So now I'm going to twitching those upper vertices. In video we are going to sometime working again those old places, working again different places. Now I have select these edges and I'm extruding and then moving around those vertices. Don't try to perfectly match a reference. If you're trying to able to match those 60 or 70% is totally fine, because sometimes reference image is not that clear. So we are going to make loop around the eye. I'm trying to focus on right side more here than front. On front side I'm trying to just focusing on that drawing edge. Now I have select these top edges and extrude. Now again with vertices moving around and matching with reference. So now we are going to move those and select those both vertices and then going to merge them together. So we have merged this together. Now again selecting vertices and trying to moving around. So we almost done with around eye part. Again I'm working with around the mouth part and select edges and then extrude it. And again moving around those vertices to match with reference. I have deleted that edges because after working on those edges I feel like it doesn't doing anything there. So for that you have to shift, select the edges and press shift and you have that option. Again going to select edges and extrude. Vertices. Again selecting and extruding. Things going to repeat during the modeling. Now we are selecting these edges. I'm going to extrude them again, and after setting them both sides properly, matching with reference, we are going to merge those vertices together, and pressing 1 you have simple mode, and pressing 3 you have soft mode. Pressing 1 you have a hard mode, so you must have to try to check how your model looks in both way. Here I have pressed 1 and it's hard. Also selecting edges and extruding them with shift and unselectors with control, and after that I have merged those two vertices and trying to match with my reference image, and trying my vertices don't go totally down, and again pressing 3 on keyboard. Again selecting those edges and unselecting those edges with control, and then extrude those edges, and after rotate those edges, and I'm going to add here edge loop, so inserting edge, and my model right now in hard mode, so I pressed 1 here, and I'm trying that my model doesn't go outside in front mode. Those in a drawing, that line was my main focus, that in front model is it doesn't go out or up. Again selecting edges with shift and unselecting with control, and going to extrude, then rotating, and after that going to merge those two vertices, and process going to be repeated. I have edited here edges, it look, because I feel like there's one needed. I have pressed 2, and after that I have pressed 3, soft mode. Again it's 1, I have pressed 1 and it's hard mode, and here I have extruded that edges, and after that again we going to set those vertices and then again merge them. So process going to repeat over and over and again. In modeling is a basic thing when we are making any model. You're going to selecting edges or faces and extruding, adding some edges and merging those vertices. Again I'm adding insert edge loop, so adding edge and trying to match vertices with image. I have pressed 1 here, again selecting those edges and unselecting edges, and I have extruded. I'm going to merge those two vertices together. You can find merge vertices in under edit mesh menu, and here I have select these edges with shift, selecting them and unselect with control. I'm going to extrude and then merge these two together. And trying to match vertices in front also, because those vertices gone outside from reference. Again hitting and pressing 3 on keyboard, and I have going to selecting all these edges on bottom and controlling unselect. I'm going to extrude and rotated. Sometimes it's easy to rotate those edges and vertices doing one by one. It saves our time. Do not focus on wing right now, we are focusing only on body. And again in mesh tool we have insert edges on this model because it's needed. Now selecting these edges. So on back there are so many edges, so I'm unselecting them with control and extrude them again. So we are going to repeat this process over and over again. So I have pressed 1 during modeling process. I go from hard mode to smooth mode, so I press 1 and 3 again and again, trying to moving around those vertices. I feel like there's a part was out of shape, so I enter in perspective mode and trying to work on the shape, hitting 3. Somehow it look nice, but I want to get better idea, so duplicate special this model, and instead of copying I have choose different options. So when I'm trying to change one side, other side also change. So with this I have get better idea. So even I'm working with option from other side, those other side model also going to have a same symmetrical changes. I have pressed 1. I'm going to unselect those bird. Even bird have a body in round shape, so I'm trying to achieve here round kind of shape. So you have to twitch vertices like this as well. Do not just rely on reference image. So now it start looking little bit better. Now I'm trying to moving these edges, and you have to move around your model with mouse, so you can have idea in all area where we need to do some tweaking. So I am also changing perspective mode. I'm working on those edges and vertices, and you have to look at the you have to be careful that you haven't choose those other vertices as well beside you want to work. I have pressed B on my keyboard, and with pressing B and dragging mouse up and down, your brush size will change, and it's a nice mode to work on those changes little bit. So I use smooth mode also to move around those vertices and all. And Control Z, you know how to do undo. There's no change. Mostly all software have a same command for undo. So it start looking nice, and we have to work. We have to change this with reference images. So with smooth mode, with smooth tool, it's easy to move around those vertices and edges. All you have to hit B and also press B again, so you come out from those soft selection mode. So I'm looking around where I need to do some change and tweeting. So in perspective mode, if you check your model, you get idea where those vertices is going. I'm working on this. It also give an idea where look going to, and now it start looking way better than before. But from starting, if you're trying to achieve that result, it's going to hard. You're going to think how I'm going to make this. So just start simple and then tweak, then work on it, work on a model and trying to change. I press B again, so I'm out from that soft selection mode. It's almost look nice. So on selecting those edges, and selecting edges with shift. Now checking in perspective mode that all edges are selected in bottom. So we are going to extrude again. Now I'm changing view and we are in right mode view. With space bar and right click on mouse, you are able to go on different mode. If you don't know, sorry, I have to let you know in start, but mostly that's basic thing. You have to work on both sides, because sometimes it look great in one side and other side is not well. So you have to work on every mode. Like this model, we don't have to focus on top mode or another. Right now we have to only focus in right and front mode. There's some model come, you have to work on top mode as well. So pressing 3 again. Now again selecting all those edges one by one. If you click them, then it's going to select all edges, because we come so far and these are bottom edges, so middle edges also select as well. So you have to select one by one, and we are going to extrude. So this process going to repeat over and over again. I'm scaling down, trying to match this reference. So these are option not only for scaling model small or rotating model, but while doing modeling you also need them. They helps to save your time doing one by one. It's better to do just using those. And again I'm adding edge loop. So I'm going to repeat this process over and over again. Again trying to tweaking some vertices I feel like I need to work on. And we are right now in perspective mode. As you can see on top, these vertices so far from each other. So in perspective mode we are working. So sometimes it helps to duplicate your model and choosing instant beside copy is help to give idea from both sides. We are almost done with half of our tutorial. Again I'm going to selecting those edges one by one and going to extrude them. And if you don't find those in top cell, you can find those menu in edit mesh and mesh tool. When you are modeling, it doesn't matter which version you are working. You can model the same model in older version or newer version. And I have rotated these edges after extruding, and now I'm working on those vertices, trying to matching them. With my reference. Again we are going to add edges. I'm working on those vertices. Hitting 3 smooth mode. Now we are reached at the point that we have to focus on side view more than front view. And as you can see that reference images both don't match with each other well. So I'm just focusing on right side right now and working with perspective view. I have select those vertices and hit B, and dragging my mouse I have increased the size of brush. So with soft selection you can do this later. All you have to increase your brush size up hitting B and matching them. As you can see, if I'm trying to match my reference with front, it's not really matching properly with side because it's fold in reference images. So I have dragged this, pressing B, and with mouse I have dragged that brush size. And press B, and now out of that soft selection, and now selecting edges. We need to go in perspective view mode, or you can do on top. You can select those on top mode as well. Edges, and then I have extrude these edges and then rotate them and scale in, because tail part getting smaller and smaller. Now I'm trying to match and moving around those vertices. So we are almost done with body, that little tail part left, and we going to repeat same thing. Here I have add edges, and I'm going to do same thing again and again by selecting edges and then extrude them and rotate them and scale in, and then working with vertices, trying to have a proper look of edges is also really important thing while modeling, that you have perfect look going on. Again extrude, scale in, now I'm working on perspective mode, going to match. I have pressed 1, hit on 1, and now I'm moving those vertices close. I have deleted one side part. I need to work on those vertices. I have a press B again and moving those vertices, trying to get better and nice edge loop. is little bit nice, not totally nice, because you have to try your best to have those rectangle. Your face is more must look like rectangle than bigger box. Now I'm working on top part and I have select that edges and I'm extruding. Make sure you have selected edges and then extrude. And now we are going to merge vertices together. Here I made a mistake that I have forgot to merge those vertices. That's why you have to merge vertices. Now I have select edges and I'm going to in mesh menu fill hole. Now I'm going to work with multi cut tools. In mesh tool, selecting 1:2 second and pressing enter on keyboard. I have deleted by selecting edges and with shift, and here I add edge loop and then multi cut tool. I know this not look nice, but we're going to work on it. So first we're going to pull this outside. I have select this edge and with shift I have deleted that edge because I don't need. Sometimes I add edges and then delete them later. Now I'm enter in sculpting mode and I choose smooth. Also in sculpting mode I'm choosing right now move tool. You can increase size and decrease size of brush with B and dragging with mouse. Now I'm selecting smooth out that edges, doing undo few times. With pressing Z I have increased the size and then just click. With dragging, say pressing B and dragging your mouse, you can change the size. Now it's look little bit nice than before. I have pressed 3 again. Select those vertices, pressing B in smooth mode, move around them. And now I have pressed B and select vertices and then increase the size and trying to match with front image. You don't have to trying to match in start. Sometimes reference images have a issue, so it's better do them later. And sometimes I'm not satisfied with result. Why I have undo that thing? Because I remember I haven't made a wing, so we are going to making wings, selecting those two faces, then I'm extruding them again, move them out, rotating, scaling in, because wings start with small, then it spread. We have to careful with it's not go inside the mesh. And I'm in hard mode. I have pressed 1. I'm again extruding those faces. I'm trying to match my wings with side view reference, not a front view totally. Again extruding them, rotating and scale out because outside part have a bigger spread different. I have selected smooth mode but it's affecting body. So now I have selected only wing. Vertices. I'm also checking I haven't by mistake select other vertices from body. You have to be careful with that. So body and with wings is ready. Now I'm adding this edge loop. I have press B and then drag my mouse, changing the size of brush and moving those vertices. So body almost ready. Now I'm going to delete history, fridge transformation and center pivot view. And now going to duplicate spatial, and from instant to geometry tab I have done copy. Now we are going to select both side and then going to merge them. I feel like I need to smooth out that harsh surface. It was looking hard edges. So I'm now going to move them with smooth tool, dragging my mouse and decreasing size and moving with B, pressing B I'm out and in with that mode. I feel like I need to do some work. Again deleting history, freezing transformation and center pivot view. Going to duplicate spatial, then going to select both and merge them. After that we are going to merge those vertices. If you can't find that option, you have to go in mesh combined. We have combined both side, then we are merging with these vertices. So if you can't find that combined option on top cell, then you can go in mesh. Also selecting the two vertices and go inside edit menu, mesh menu, and you can find merge vertices. So I'm merging them together. Be sure that you have selected two vertices. If you have selected three, then it won't going to let you have merge them. And be also sure that you have selected right vertices. Sometimes you feel like you selected right, but sometimes it's other vertices and we end up with wrong merge vertices. And pressing D, you can repeat command, so you don't have to go over the bar or on a menu. So I'm selecting those two vertices, then pressing G for last command. Whatever you have done last command, like extruding or adding edges or merging vertices or anything, you have to press G for your last command. Here I have done merging vertices, so I need to merge more, so I'm pressing G. So we are almost done with merging vertices. Then after I'm going to little bit fish using sculpting menu. So here body ready. Now we are going to work on sculpting. So I'm dragging and with B I use this, and I have on symmetry, so it's work on both sides. If you do not on those symmetry, then it's going to trouble you because it's going to work on one side. We need two side, so I'm trying to do matching that shape, and I'm have selected smooth, and again I'm selecting the moving and pulling again smooth. Don't worry about that your shape getting bad, because you can work on it. Now it looks nice. So I'm trying to moving around those and trying to match with my reference image. I was checking which area I need to work on. Now it look lot nicer. And you can see which sculpting tool I am using on sidebar. On side menu, down to scaling option, you can see. Right now I'm doing manually moving vertices, and I have symmetry on, so it's work on both sides. I'm trying to turn off the symmetry because we need to work on a bottom part, and it's not both side, it's middle part of the model. Now it look nicer. You have to still check out, is it looking nice or not, and looks like I need to work on little bit more on vertices. We are almost done with body. We already modeled, but we are just doing little bit tweaking thing. I have on the symmetry, so it's work on both sides. As you can see, I'm selecting on one side and it's working on other side as well. I have selected smooth option in sculpting, but it doesn't look nice, so look like I have to do manually moving those vertices. As you know, if you want to hard edges, you need edges closer, that hard surface look, what I mean. It look nice. Most of part I'm going to be selecting these edges and extrude edges, scale them inside and then moving. It's not perfect but still good. So we done here with Maya, and we are going to give more detail to this object in ZBrush. So I have opened the ZBrush and import this model and drag and hit T or select edit, and I have divided. With this pressing X, I have turned on symmetry, and I'm with shifting, pressing shift, I'm smoothing the area I need to smooth out. Undo here also you can do with pressing Ctrl Z. So now we are going to work on that wing. I have increased geometry and then working with move tool. You can change the size on top, focal shift and draw size, as you can see. So I'm trying to give same kind of design, and I'm lowering the intensity. Now I change the draw size. You have to be careful doing this by accidentally doesn't touch those other side. So I'm dividing more. With move tool, I'm trying to giving shape. Sometimes it's happen that you can't say the shape right away because it's showing different divide. So yeah, we done with save. Now I'm exporting this obj and going to drag inside my Maya point of view, Maya view, hitting 3. As you can see, it look nice now, but we need to work it a bit. So I enter in sculpting mode and hitting B and dragging. And I decrease this brush size and I'm now moving them, and I have on the symmetry, so it's work both side, change upon both side, not of one side. I'm again decreasing this draw size. With the mouse dragging. So we are almost done with model and it's look nice. Thanks for watching my tutorial, and next part coming soon, assign the Lambert. If you like my video, please like and subscribe me. Thanks for watching again. Bye.